Welcome to the Albion TV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 8th of March, 2022. Oh my god, it still feels weird today, Robin, saying that. I'm here with Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the knobs. And we're starting a brand new thing today with the War Report, Robin. We're on camera for the War Report. Why?
We're on camera for everything, dude.
This is
You know,
just
we
gonna
got
be
we got new
bizarre.
artwork, we got new overlays thanks to the guys at SBI in the art department. Um, we're trying to step it up a little bit, trying to improve the overall quality of the shows here on AOTV. Hopefully, you guys at home will enjoy it a little bit more. But we are diving into season 15. As it kicked off over the weekend when we had both the EU and NA invasion days. Chaos on both streams as everyone came out in force and battled it out. But right now, it looks like we are diving onto Archepeach of the Trap Alliance versus PoE.
Yeah,
in
PoE
Thunder
diving
Rock's
onto him as well there. Not too bad. Not enough follow-up to finish it off there, but it looked like he had chunked quite a few health bars. But you got to finish him off, Robin.
Oh yes, it's all about the finishing moves. Cluster Q is activated here, and these guys, I mean, Trap is rocking a level 40 disarray at the moment. I believe PoE is probably going to be in the region of 50-ish.
52,
But,
yep.
yeah, thought so. And it looks like Archepeach is going to be using Bella Ella here, using the wraparound on the territory. We've already seen some really nice solid engagements here. Can they find anything as that guy drags a Camland into his Zerg? And it's going to be a deletion here onto these poor souls on the western side. You can thank your teammate when you watch the VOD review back for that one, as you definitely do not want to drag that Camland into your Zerg anytime.
Oh, sometimes it's fun, but it's not good for the overall health of your Zerg. You're gonna die. It's gonna be bad. And oh, look at this nice bump to the southern flank here. Are they gonna hit it and finish it off? It looks like they just one more would have finished off so many guys. I think they got a few anyway. At least 3 or 4 of them fell, but that could have been a massacre. That could have been a full wipe there, Robin, for that group. They could have gotten in the neighborhood of 12.
Yeah, I mean, that was a massive clump. I mean, Innomatic Staffs, Locusts, and Fallens were down for PoE on that choke point. So that's how much DPS Bella Ella was pumping out on that engagement. They were able to still kill people, even though pretty much all defensives were utilized by PoE. And it looks like there's going to be a bomb coming in on the northwest side here. Scoia'tael trying to make their mark as they hit the sidelines of Bella Ella, but the return on the choke point is going to be devastating as 1, 2, 3 goes down. But the next wave of PoE come crashing in. The longbows raining down on top of Archepeach and the frontline tanks. They're going to lose quite a few members on that play. Very nicely done with the old 1-2 Rochambeau engagement. And it looks like Archepeach is going to be backing off from that western side and wrapping around to the east here, Shozen.
Yeah, I just hopped over to get another perspective on this because Noob Slayer is also here. I wanted to try to see what he's doing, and he's right up here on top of the tower with Syndic. And this is an interesting place for these guys to fight with so many other flanks to pursue here. They're up in this top corner. It's really bizarre.
You could pay for it right here as Archepeach comes on this eastern flank, hits a perfect Soul Scythe. But the defensive Grail Seekers and Grove Keepers shutting down all the DPS for Bella Ella on this eastern side. It could have been perfect, but it wasn't. The defensive plays here from PoE stopping Bella Ella dead in their tracks, but it's going to alleviate some of the pressure here from Para on the tower.
Yeah, they are trapped up here. They need to get out of that tower situation, Robin. Like you said, they alleviated some pressure there. They're going to be moving down now. But with so many other areas for them to fight and having Bella Ella there with them, they can't be fighting on the tower right now. That leaves you no option for attack.
Definitely not. So I'm liking the position that Arcapeach is taking his group with. Like, he's wrapping around the territory constantly, find some big engagement. It looks like CIR finally noticed what is happening here with Bella Ella. They're trying to focus some pressure onto that side. Arcapeach, though, is going to carry on pushing, just soaking up that engagement. And look at this clump of PoE on this western side. Any DPS come raining down here, and it's going to be GG. So many low
Yeah,
HP
they got
balls.
hit from both sides there, as Para hit from the backside on that as well. They had pulled in a bunch of guys when they went in, and then Bella Ella followed it up brilliantly, and there are a number of corpses there from all sorts of members of PoE, from CIR to Blood Clot to, I don't even know some of these groups here. I see Scoia'tael, but there's so many groups I don't recognize from PoE right now.
Yes, so many people. Arcapeach noticing that western side isn't going to be a good place to go down. He actually nearly went down through the suicide choke here. CIR is going to find a good cam line connecting. Not going to be enough. Not enough DPS. Loads of supports coming down here for Bella Ella. Arcapeach going to take the long way around here as his Zerg still a little bit snaky on the exit here. A lot of them still trying to disengage from that southwest side. If Arcapeach can get down here in time, and if PoE doesn't read this play, they could get caught off.
PoE has moved down around south. Noobslayer chased them to the west out of the territory, but PoE did maneuver themselves into position to at least not get fully flanked by this. They're still going to, as you saw here, lose a number of guys, but they have moved away from that other engagement inside the tower.
Bro, that was a disgusting wraparound from Arcapeach. They're all on the bodies here. I think there's a good probably 10 to 15 people dead on that pile of skeletons there. Very good wraparound. And it looks like you said, PoE are indeed backing off here. And yes, Bogul, you are correct. Derek, the King of Mercia, is in Bella Ella. He is under the Bella Ella tag. He is back in the game. You love to see it. The man, the myth, the legend, Derek, once again roaming the world of Albion. And, you know, it was only a matter of time before the man, the myth, the legend came back once again and got involved in some good old ZVZ. Who knows if he's going to get involved in 5v5s or 20 versus 20s? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, though, he is enjoying himself and the content that the Land Awakened has brought us here. A very, very active open world for sure.
Yeah, it's great to see Derek back here in the world of Albion. He is still my king, and you don't always like your king, but he's still your king.
Exactly. He has cemented himself in the world of Albion as the King of Mercia.
I hate to move off of Derek real quick, but we're on to Lugsy as there is some content over here in Shaleheath Steep as he is moving in with the guys in Valen and Zorn here. I can't see who they're fighting yet. The Clown, and it's the Jackals Guild. The Clown Alliance.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually another engagement going on to the south. Somebody else is here already fighting with Clown. I'm going to try to find out who it is. It's War.
Alrighty.
Do we have a POV for Wars, actually? I believe we do.
I'm just checking them now. Nope, both POVs are not in this zone. So War's West Army is not fighting in Shaleheath Steppe. Lugsy, on the other hand, is
Lugsy's got
in
content?
on the rear. Ooh, perfect engagement with the bomb squad with the gloves there. The Raven Strikes are going to be a fan favorite here for any melee DPS in the ZVZs. Been seeing them utilized quite a bit by nearly every single Zerg over the last week or so. Definitely getting picked up once again, roaming with a Damnation and 2 or 3 Raven Strikes all at once. It can cause devastation if you find the clumps. Looks like the Jackals, though, are trying to pick off some of the front line here. Some Damnations coming in onto the front lines. Lacking heals for Zorn, but Lugsy's going to carry on engaging anyway. Some big clumps coming in onto the Jackals.
Great engagement there onto that western side. Lugsy really one of the pros, the old pros at Albion here. It's good to see so many great old school names from, I guess, pre-release, you could even say, when we're talking about players like Lugsy and Derek.
Indeed, but it looks like Zorn are heavily outnumbered here. as it looks like the Clown Alliance are just flooding this top part here. Big engagement here, not enough follow-up, going to lose 1 or 2, but that could have been devastating if the DPS connected. More reinforcements for the Clown Alliance come flooding in over the north side here. It's going to be all she wrote here for Zorn very shortly. Wow, Clown Alliance coming in big with their polls today. This is a group that we really haven't seen.
No, not that much
Jackals?
of. Yeah, I think we saw them on Invasion Day, actually. That might have been the first time I've seen these guys was this past Invasion. So, very new here at the 18 UTC time slot. Good to see them, though. Very effective today against Valen and Zorn.
Indeed, and we do have another wave of new people on the block, actually still right inside the territory that they were just fighting in. Let me just grab you the name, I believe, which is the Shock Caller. And I will hop on him. We got Plus Alliance, Foxhound Guild, Anexia, the Bandits clan, and now they're going to be taking on the Clown Alliance here.
That's
on
the fourth alliance in the less than 5 minutes.
Yep.
And that's pretty impressive for this territory over in Shaleheath Steep.
Indeed. I don't know if I fought these guys last night. I can't remember. I recognized the clan tag, or the alliance tag, shall I say. I'm pretty sure I did fight these guys yesterday. They put up a decent fight versus us, so I'm expecting them to be able to take down the Jackals here, but looks like they are splitting quite heavily. Obviously, the natural choke points forcing the split here, and it looks like they are looking for a turn on the choke points. Some good clumps. There comes the big Raven Strike damage. Is it going to be enough? The Camlan's keeping them locked in place, but the return is just so impactful here, and they just got wiped off the map, and I think the Clowns are going to go take an easy victory here in Shaleheath Steppe. That's 2 alliances down. And I believe we have Tamashi.
Yeah, I'm heading over to Tamashi now. See what's going on there. If we still have content over there, we might be a little late on this.
We do.
Oh, yeah, we still... Yeah, I've been hearing quite a bit about Rack recently. Going for #1, apparently.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I believe that's what I heard. I'm going to go check that and make sure, confirm that.
Interesting. That's always the thing at the start of the season. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, we're going to go for #1.
Both these groups are actually going from #1, from what I recently heard, is Rack and Elevate are both going for #1.
Well, looking at the season rankings real quick, it's a close race. 1,300 points split between Elevate currently holding #1 and Rack holding 2nd place. The only 2 guilds that are hitting 20k points at the moment. 3rd place is only at 13.7k. So these guys have been putting in the grind, but it looks like Rack are pinned up against the tower here. They could find 1 or 2 more turns, but Tamashi, I don't think Rack are going to be able to take down the forces of Elevate and Dior. And look at this crashing engagement as they just get wiped off the tower. It's going to be another easy victory in Driftwood Vale. Quite an interesting place for these guys to fight. Normally we see Elevate all the way down in PoE Heartland, but they're up northwest today. Very interesting. Is this even a... This isn't even an 1800 UTC territory. The closest one would be Willowshade Marsh, which is... No, not even that one. It's Willowshade Mire, which would be the closest one. That's 4 maps away, but it's not launched on today.
Okay. Well, they are both going for first, and oftentimes that morale that you get from defeating your opponent is what pushes you to succeed.
Indeed. And
I'm also getting reports of a fight on Vigora. I'm going to go over there and check that out. I'll let you know if that is active.
Righto. And it looks like Elevate are just burning down the Sentry Mage here to finish off the remaining members of Rack. Already down to 1/3 of its health. Should be going down pretty quickly here. This isn't their first rodeo. It's a level 5 tower as well, and they're just burning through this Sentry Mage. It's about to go down. Defensives will be disabled, and it's going to be good night here for Rack on the tower as the forces of Dior come crashing in, and it's going to be GG here. And I guess it's time to switch over to Vigora then.
Yeah, this is, once again, we have Trap versus PoE over here in Thunder Rock Ascent.
Yep, and I mean, another piece of breaking info is Reject Party coming in under the banner of the Trap Alliance for Season 15. Yes, indeed.
Wait, isn't... Okay, all right.
Yep.
There we go.
I spoke to Angelique in the off season because I heard rumblings that it was going to happen. Guild vote, decided where Reject Party was going to go, and it looks like they did vote in favor of joining the Trap Alliance. A very, very powerful alliance. This is now what we have: Reject Party, Bella Ella, Para, and oh god, I always forget the last one. Hold on. It is.
Look at the map.
Fahrenheim, that's the one.
Ah, poor Fahrenheim, always getting left out.
But I heard rumblings that Fahrenheim was closing.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's true or not. They're down to 118 members, so.
That isn't a good sign.
No.
But so this looks like it's going to be... Go ahead.
It's a fair trade, right? You lose Fahrenheim, but you pick up Reject Party, and look how impactful these guys are being in this ZVZ versus PoE right now. Clean bombs over the wall. Reject Party, they veterans when it comes to ZVZ. They know what they're doing, and when they find a solid group to partner up with, they can do a pretty goddamn good job.
Absolutely. They are very well led, and they have lots of good veteran players, a very tight core unit, and they're able to keep that core unit together, whereas some of these other, I don't want to call them hype guilds, but they've had a hard time keeping up. The Reject Party isn't one of those, though they've changed their name a few times, done a couple of interesting things. They've been very consistent over the last, I would say, 3 years, pretty much.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I mean, they started out as Tea Party and have changed quite a bit, but yeah, the post Machete Bandit phase has been pretty good.
Indeed, and they just allowed PoE to stream out of that northwest side of the territory here with no counter on them, and PoE are just raining down hell as they're pinned up against the cliffside here on the western side. I don't know where their allies are at, as it looks like PoE are just focusing the whole entire Reject Party group here. Another massive Raven strike coming in there. Finally, some reinforcements in terms of power.
Ella is coming over the top. That is the other bubble that you see coming over from the northeast. So they should be getting some assistance very soon from Bella Ella.
Alrighty, you may want to throw up Arcapeach on the second monitor. It looks like Reject Party looking to stabilize their footing here as they're doing a little bit of diddy dance. A lot of inertia rings coming down as they kite to the south, forcing PoE through this tight choke point. If any time where Bella Ella needs to engage, it's going to be now. This is such a tight choke point that they're in. Reject Party are hanging on for dear life. So is Para.
Well, they're kind of like, yeah, I don't think they're going to get here in time. Hammer and Sickle has spread out and is delaying. There is it's going to be a delayed engagement here by Bella Ella for sure. I don't know if they'll get down on top of CIR in time.
Yep, the kiting continues here. A lot of aggressive forward inertia rings coming out for PoE. Down the choke point we go, and the wind walls keeping Vigora locked in place. Para split to the northeast side, still up the cliff here. And now Reject Party are also split to the south, down the cliff. This is not looking good. Knockbacks coming in as the Command Mammoth knocks everyone away, but it looks like Reject Party still full kite mode. Aggressive Grovekeeper tanks coming in for PoE. Cluster Q is still activated here. It's been activated this whole entire time as soon as we came in live, so that's what, 20 minutes straight of Cluster Q being activated here and then the Rock Ascent. But during all that time, PoE actually secured the territory here.
Arcapeach
And,
about to get a huge clump here, Robin. Look at this engagement to the
oh
east.
my
Absolute
God.
deletion on these looters. This is why you don't hang out and loot, guys. Oh, no. And at the same exact time, Vigora also getting an incredible engagement, but very nicely done by Arcapeach coming up and catching that group of PoE.
Yeah, you see that blob disconnecting on the northeast side here. I don't know if that's PoE leaving the zone or just rotating around to the
That's
northeast
leaving.
side.
That's a leave. That's a straight gone. They are
Looks
going to
like
the
it.
exit. Yep. They saw that Bella Ella came. They tried to chase as much as they could with Bella, Para, and what was it? Reject Party as Bella Ella came in over the top. They threw hammer and sickle at them. They just delayed them for a while, stopped them from getting that pincer maneuver, turning CIR into the meat of that sandwich, and CIR bolted out the top along with Scoia'tael.
Yep. Finishing numbers here. A level 55 disarray debuff on the Trap Alliance. PoE left the zone with a level 42 disarray debuff. Just to put some context in there, that's what 55 is. 270-ish, I think. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Disarray.
We have a fight in Darkborough Snag, I believe. Hold on. Going to check it out to see if it's actually happening.
Alrighty. A level 55 disarray debuff is 237 players. So Trap Alliance holding 237 players within Thunderrock Ascent. Big plays. And who did
I'm on Reject Party now. Angelique has content once again.
Alrighty. They must be chasing down PoE into Darkborough Stag. Oh, it's AAA in here? Black Order? I see some tags. To the south. It looks like whoever it was are just getting cleaned up here. Black Order fleeing to the northeast here, all mounted up and getting the hell out of here. AAA sitting with a level 26 disarray debuff within the zone, but they're not going to be taking the fight here just versus the Trap Alliance as they sit on a level 43 disarray debuff. That's going to be
getting
a shift.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm getting told that Momono is actually calling for Reject Party now, so that's interesting.
I heard otherwise. I listened to someone stream the other day. Apparently Momono's just chilling in there. Angelique and Vigora's still the main shot callers, I believe. Momono's just chilling out and just enjoying the game as a regular player. That's what I heard.
All right, well, he's running around spamming X's now, so
Yeah. Sometimes they do it
maybe
just to show the front line, regular tanks
where
do
everybody is. Yep, of course.
So could be a thing. Lukufka, is he going to get any content on him? I'm seeing two blobs split here. There's a hideout under attack, I believe. Yes, they're actually hammering a hideout here in Widemore Fen. Hammerfall's hideout of Zero Rent Alliance sitting on 2 out of 4 shields. Will be losing another one today if they remove it in time. Still got 12 minutes remaining on that front. Hammerfall Zero Rent obviously moving out of this area. They are now shifted all the way from west side to east side over into the Shellheap Steppe region of the map, I believe. So I don't think...
Homies are fighting Triumph right now over here on Bertle Q. We have the Gringos versus Triumph.
Alrighty, Bertle Q it is. And, I mean, two extremely...
Bertle Q it was.
Was.
We're going to need another POV here.
Holy Buddy for Triumph.
Okay, and Holy Buddy.
As I believe he is shot calling. It looks like these guys are getting cleaned up quite quickly.
I think this is rats. These guys are from Tight and
Nah, they're in
Plasma.
CVZ Guild.
Okay.
CVZ gear. Camlands, I see. Overcharged as well. I think, so Triumph is quite an interesting one. They are the new hype guild, but for the Frenchies. This is the first time we've seen a hype guild formed up for the French-speaking players of Albion. Normally, we see it for the Brazilian players. Sometimes, for the North Americans. But this is the first time we've seen a full French guild, hype guild, and they've been performing pretty well, actually. Putting up some really juicy battle boards.
Okay. Well,
So
the French have won the season before. They've been here before. It's not their first time. But I know hype guilds are kind of differently. You're talking about everybody from the French community all joining up under one banner.
Yep, like all the banger players within the French community, all joining under one banner, and this is going to be the outcome here. Quite interested to see how they go for season 15. I to be honest, I don't really know much about the French community. I know a couple of their names and stuff, but I haven't really interacted with them. Unlike, Brazilian guilds, led by Africa and such. Like, I've been part of those. I know those guys. So learning some of these guys' names and who's the banger and who's not is going to be fun for season 15. Looks like they are going to go for a launch on this territory for tomorrow in Timberslope Bridge. So full warfare underway up here. I think they got a couple launches. They got one in 2 hours and 40 minutes just northeast of here in Timberslope Grove. So it looks like they're trying to claim their little region of the map here. Very interesting. Yep, stretching all the way into Swiftsand Plain and Basin and stuff. So yeah, it looks like they are trying to shift in. Interesting.
It will be interesting to see how this season goes. I've heard a lot of the big players are trying to make waves and do quite a bit. I heard AAA, most of the guilds in AAA are trying to get Crystal this season, except for Black Order. So it's going to be interesting to see how many continue to push for points and how they go about splitting those points.
Indeed. I just hopped on Dominant. He's actually attacking a territory here in Skysand Ridge, and we got Different Cloth, which is another brand new guild. We actually touched upon this guild during the NA Invasion Day. They have been working alongside Militant every now and then versus the massive numbers of Surf, Deity, and Slap, and coming out on top as of late. But Skysand Ridge is the map that they're fighting in. It's not a territory for this time slot. It's actually a 5 UTC one. So please do not launch, because I like my sleep and I do not like to be playing Albion to 6 o'clock in the morning. So
Sure you do. You gotta defend those territories. Why are you taking them if you can't defend them here, Robin?
That's true. But yeah, it's been really interesting, this whole entire region around Morgana's Rest. You got Militant, Different Cloth. Just a Game snagged like 9 territories during NA reset, so a lot of them are under attack for today. And then you got Surf, Deity, then you got Mighty Frogs, 3 OG Alliance, Make Albion Great Again, tucked away just down in the southwest around Murder Gulch Divide. And then you have Slap as well down in towards Elder Sleep, and they're also active around 5 UTC. So it's very, very active. A lot of different groups all roaming around that area as well, and it's been really interesting and a lot of fun. Looks like Dominant, though, is trying to faux send it here onto Different Cloth. Different Cloth going to soak up that engagement just fine here. The mage is still up, only a bar of health down on it so far. Different Cloth cannot let that mage fall. It's a level 4 tower, so they have a, it pumps out a little bit of DPS here, Shozen.
Oh, absolutely. It's not too bad once you get them up over 4 and 5. It starts to tickle a little bit. But you mentioned something while you were talking there. It was that you see a lot of different groups right now. I think there are more groups active and effective and mattering on the scene than ever before. holding territory, holding themselves in a distinct spot, defending their territories against their enemies, and attacking. More groups than ever before are active in the Outlands and making their presence felt against their enemies, and that's just awesome. It's no longer just one or two groups consolidating everybody into a few different banners and obliterating and isolating all their opponents in just a matter of weeks when they decide to have opponents. Now you see smaller groups fighting for extended periods of time, and so many are just living out there in the Outlands now. It's just awesome to see.
Indeed. Looks like Different Cloth here is trying to flee out the north side of the tower. Dominant and the boys try to stop them. Maybe one or two will go down to the tower itself, but Different Cloth noticing that they cannot fight this group of Surf at the moment. Surf sitting on a level 10 Disarray debuff here in Skysand Ridge, and Different Cloth, on the other hand, doesn't even have a Disarray debuff. But they are fleeing the zone here. Looks like this piece of content will be over, and I think, actually, as I bounce around, quite a few other different groups are back home as well.
Yeah, it seems like people are.
All them are back.
Yep. Syndic is back.
Trap's back.
Yep.
Wow. Over in a flash, it seems. Over in a flash. Birdo Q, I believe, is also back as well for the homies. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like an early finish here for the war report. Quite a rare occurrence, actually. Normally we go to 30, even all the way up to 45 minutes past the hour. But today I get to rest my voice just a little bit.
Just for a few moments, Robin, because you're going to be coming back at the top of the hour.
Yep. Back in, joining you guys for the daily show now, Tuesdays and Fridays. I'll be taking over, not Bogul's role, Bogul's speaking role, but Bogul's still going to be here. He's in the back end, twisting the knobs and giving his commentary when he can in the back end. But I will be taking over the co-hosting role. Is that the right word? Role there, Shozen?
Well, you'd be joining us as another co-host. Yeah, I wouldn't say you're taking over Bogul's co-hosting duties.
Yeah, get out of here, Bogul.
We need somebody to be able to read Robin. And Bogul is the best reader we have on the team. So while he might not be on camera like you will be, he's still going to be there giving us the news.
Indeed. And, you know, we've all witnessed how I try and read names. You don't want me reading news posts. That's Bogul.
Yeah.
That's
I don't want to do it either. I don't want to do it either. It's like he was that one kid in 3rd grade who paid attention when they taught reading.
Yep. I definitely was not. Definitely was not. But yeah, that's coming up in, oh God, maths time now. What, 25 minutes, Bogul?
Oh, I'm hearing we have more content, guys.
Never mind.
Vigora.
Okay.
That would be Reject Party once again.
In River Cop's Fount. Who have they found?
Yeah, and they are fighting. It is Escalation.
Interesting. Escalation.
Dropping the AoE.
Yeah.
And AAA, I am Niubi over the top on one side and Escalation on the south.
Very interesting. Cluster Q's even activated here. Looks like Trap, Reject Party are in a bit of an awkward position here. Escalation engaging onto AAA and Trap at the same time. Big deletions onto the front line. Both sides taking casualties here. A lot of Escalation dead on the floor. As the push continues, Vigor just trying to stabilize his front line, trying to clear out and make some space. He is on that bad vision angle. He's coming down south, so he doesn't have a lot of vision of what's going on. But the Camlands keep getting chucked. Some big clumps here onto Escalation. What are they doing? No defensives, no nothing. And that's what happens when you play with zero supports in your Zerg or zero competent supports.
What's going on with Escalation? This is not the Escalation I know. This doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, it's
that does not look like, that's not what I expect to see. Escalation is one of the top defending ZVZ guilds in the game when it comes to getting hit by large forces. They are one of the best at defending against larger numbers. They specifically play with smaller groups than they can muster because they want to keep it a tight, high damage dealing, high competency group, and they just got destroyed.
Yeah, they just got shredded here. And actually, Dreaded Legend, I hopped on him to see who was shot calling. Dell's dead in Arthur's Rest. Dreaded Legend's fleeing through the roads here on a command mammoth with one bar of health left, with Gankarinos on his tail here in the roads. I don't know if they're going to be able to secure the kill here onto Dreaded Legends, but they are getting out in front of him. There's a two-man portal to the northeast side that he should be able to get through. I don't think Gankarinos can get the shot off in time. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, it's very, very strange behavior there from Escalation. Definitely not what we are expected to see from them.
Maybe they were practicing new shot callers, teaching new players how to shot call, going with a new comp. Something was off there. Maybe somebody DC'd. Maybe several people DC'd.
Yep. Well, someone's getting knocked down the shock caller tier list that's getting thrown around. That's for sure after that performance. But Vigor is going for a dismount once again here in Rivercop's Fount, as PoE, Hammer, and Sickle are to their south. I believe there's another group to the northeast. I did see it split off just a moment ago. Remember, Cluster Q is still activated in here. And Trapper only sitting on a 43 disarray debuff, so they're not cluster queuing the zone by themselves. But it looks like they are fleeing the zone. I don't know. Oh, well, there's the cluster queue getting activated.
Yeah.
Southeast side. That's actually more trap.
Yeah,
Bella
it's just
Ella
Para. Yeah.
and Para coming in there.
I don't see anything besides trap.
Yeah, PoE noticed they zoned out real quick.
Yeah, there's very little PoE left in the zone.
Dreaded Legend, on the other hand, still struggling here in the roads. I think these two gankers, realize that they're not going to be able to take down a command mammoth by themselves. It's definitely not going to happen.
I have to check this out.
It looks like Dreaded Legends doing the old shoe trick here with the battle mounts. As he's taken off his shoes in preparation for his zoning here. Naughty, naughty. Basically, you reset your cooldown when you zone through, I believe, when you equip your boots or something like that. It's reported as a bug. It's a bug, so I'm not going to repeat how to do it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's yeah. I inspected him. I noticed his boots were off, and he just put them back on. But yeah, he's going to be fine here in the roads. Those gankers pulled off him. His health's regenning on his command mammoth. He's fine. Once again, those roads, pure safety for those battle mounts.
Yeah.
And looks like
they are.
Trap is not getting any more content here. PoE are not coming back into the zone. And I'm going to check on Syndic to see if they're holding in the next zone. Actually, Syndic has a two-man group within River Cops.
Yeah, I think this is over. Do you want to tell people where they can watch our show when we're not on the air?
Yeah, definitely. You can go check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Albion TV, where you can find all the 5v5, 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows and interviews, but if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3 on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows? You can. Where can they find that too, Shozen?
You can find that over on soundcloud.com/ Albion TV, or any place that they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into the search bar. If they do that, they will be greeted with over 100 interviews featuring some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as members of the Sandbox Interactive development team. So if you're interested in learning about how the game was made, or what's going on with the politics, or even learning about the history of Albion, head over to soundcloud.com/Albion TV.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for the Daily Show coming up in 20 minutes' time. A lot of stuff to go over. We have a special announcement as well. There's a roadmap video coming, Shozen, and
Yeah,
we
I
know
can't.
when it's coming.
Yeah, I can't wait to
So
announce that. I've been waiting to
mm,
announce the announcement for
3 months.
yeah, something like that.
It's been a while. But yeah, gold codes will be given away during that show as well. So if you're looking to win up to maybe 4,000 gold, you can just !! Raffle in the chat when the show is up and running. But until then, have a glorious evening. Adios.